Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. How are we doing? Don't mind my hair. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Um, Welcome to Conversations with Pimo, and welcome to my 40 life lesson. I trust that we're doing well, and I trust that your weekend has been awesome, 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 awesome. You are welcome. How is your Saturday going? Any O and Bear? What's happening? What's happening? How are we enjoying our Saturday? How are we having fun with our Saturday? Trust our Saturday is going on well. All right, people, you are welcome. Good evening. We are on our 23rd life lesson, and um, I'm just going to dive right in. Um, as we look at our 23rd life lesson. Remember, we are on the third season and we're talking about love and marriage. I don't know how many of us saw the video that I posted earlier today, talking about just re-emphasizing what I had shared yesterday about how you shouldn't want love. You shouldn't be in want of love, as in you shouldn't beg people to love you. If you beg people to love you, you're going to have to beg them to keep loving you. You're going to have to keep begging to keep that love. And nobody wants to be in that situation. I often tell people that every human being created by God has got the potential to love and be loved. Everybody, regardless of who or regardless of what they've done, where they've been, we all have the potential, the capacity to love and also receive love. Love should be freely given, it shouldn't be demanded. You shouldn't find yourself in a situation where you are begging to be with someone or you are having to fight to be with someone. We've had those funny cases that happened back in university, some even in old age at work. You find people fighting over a certain guy and fight two ladies fighting, or you find a lady dating a guy and she knows that he has other girlfriends, but she's consoled by the fact that, oh, she's the prominent one, she's the one that is most liked. And it just looks like it's the battle of the fittest. I mean, that is not how we have been designed. And I think I established also the very first episode of this season that when we talk about love, is all encompassing. We're not talking only about the agape love, as Christians. Every other love emanates from that. I mean, God is love. And so every other expression of love comes from God. And we should be loved. You should be loved. You should feel love in different forms and in different ways, especially the romantic love. It is okay to desire it, and it's okay to have it. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's how we go about it. Where if you have to reduce who you are, if you have to devalue yourself, if you have to feel less of who you are, if you have to feel inferior to get love, then there's a problem somewhere. If you always have to try and put up an appearance, you always have to try and look the part, you're not truly yourself in, expressing how you feel with that person, then that is not love. Love should not put you in a box. If there's anything love should do, should create that platform where you are free to fly. And love should work in such a way that the more you engage it, you become a better version of yourself. So the more you engage love, and that's why the union of two people coming together in marriage is such a powerful tool. And little wonder that the devil is so attacking it, and the devil is doing everything he can to kind of like rubbish that, powerful tool that God has given to us human beings. Because when you come together in marriage, in love, what is meant to do to you as you interact and engage love with one another? What that is meant to deliver to you is a better version of yourself, is meant to bring you to that place where you keep evolving, where you keep evolving, you keep becoming better. You go through the becoming process. There's a better version of you. Love is meant to put you in an environment where you are free to express yourself like a butterfly. You're free to fly and flutter through the air with your beautiful colors. I mean, the love in a marital union between two people is meant to bring out the best. And that's why the Bible says two will always be better than one. So when you come together in love in marriage, you experience better. That is the equation. You're not meant to regress. You're not meant to, become an inferior version of yourself. You're not meant to be lost in that marriage. You're not meant to be ridiculed. See, I'm not saying that you are perfect. None is perfect. And I'm speaking to both the men and the women. So I'm not only talking to women here. We're not perfect. So I'm not asking for a perfect performance. Neither am I asking for a perfect vessel. All I'm saying is that when we engage love in the true sense of it, especially within the context of marriage, what is meant to do to us is to make us a better person. And that's why after God had created the animals and God had, made Adam, the next person he brought was Eve, so that they are coming together in union is meant to make their world a better place. So it's not just about companionship. You're not marrying a woman just to have children for you, or just to help you in your wife, in your uh, satisfy your sexual urges, or to help you in the kitchen. She's not a chef. She's not a nanny. She's not. No, that's not the role of a wife. The role of a wife in marriage is to partner with you, so that you both become better in whatever assignment God has given to you, both to fulfill and accomplish in life. So life is meant to be better. You're meant to walk hand in hand in partnership. So because when you are two, you can carry the load becomes lighter. When you are two, the journey becomes more interesting because now you have somebody else to walk on that journey with, to gist with, to walk with. I mean, two is always better than one. And so that is the purpose of marriage, not what we've turned it to. Or it just seems sometimes like an arrangement. It seems sometimes like, oh, I just want to marry because I need children, or I just want to marry because culturally all eyes are on me. I'm 30, I'm 35. I just want to marry because, yeah, it's the next thing to do after I'm done with school. No, it's a lot more than that. And when we truly engage it in the real sense of it, what we see, the result is an overflow of betterness. Permit me to use that word, if there's any English like that. Is you just becoming better and advancing and evolving, and growing into a mature man or woman. That can only happen in an environment where love is freely given and freely received, not demanded, not coerced, not lobbied for, not begged for, no, but in an environment where it's freely given and where it's freely received. So today, 23rd lesson is that love is an action word, is a verb, is a doing word. It must be expressed. See, all this I love you by mouth, and it's not expressed. And let me quickly chip in here. When I say expressed, it's not just about monetarily. It's not just about, oh, buying me flowers, buying me chocolate. If I love flowers and chocolate, please, by all means, get it for me. But I'm saying in terms of action. So you're not buying me the flowers and chocolate because, oh, that's what she likes. Let me just buy it for her. No, you are doing it even with so much, um, you're doing it with so much, your heart is in it. You're doing it from a place of love and understanding. You might not love flowers. You might not understand why I like flowers. But the fact that I love flowers and you know that she loves flowers, I'm going to get her flowers. You get the gist now. So it's not about women, it's just money, you just give them money, they are fine. No, I actually think that is a slap on our face as women. And I'm seeing that trend all over social media. Like, it just seems like it's about money. Just give her money, she'll be quiet. Just give her money, she'll be okay. It's just money. We're not to be bought. We're not a piece of furniture to be bought. No, we are a full human being coming into someone's life to add value and to receive value. That's it. Love is an action word. It's a doing word. And I'm not also talking alone about the public display affection. Some people are good at it. Great. Some are not. Great. I know that all these movies have made us feel like that is how it's meant to be. So there's that looking of the eye, there's that holding of the hand. The first few months I spent in the UK, I remembered I came to one conclusion. I say, oh, now I understand why it seems like in all these romantic American or British or any foreign movie, you find that the guy is always holding the hand of the girl or putting a hand in his pocket. It's weather, oh, it's cold weather. Don't be deceived. Sometimes. Now I know, of course, that sometimes it's truly an expression of love, but most times it's weather. When the weather is cold, you want to put hand in the pocket, you want to warm my hand up. It's also an expression of love. Don't mind me. But I just saw it so prevalent all around me. Like, what's going on here? What's happening? So really, if your spouse is the one that is able to express love freely, public display affection, still kisses, still pegs. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. But if the person is not like that, I think it's unfair to demand such. We can evolve. You can suggest if you love it. There are ways to go about it. Like I said, in marriage, in love, in a loving relationship, we evolve, we adapt, we make compromises. That is how love is an action word. We make compromises. There are things I don't like, but because my husband loves it, I say, okay, I love him. All right, it's fine. I can bend backwards a few times just to accommodate that. There are things that I love that he doesn't love, and he can say, okay, that's fine. Oh, my wife likes it, no problem. Let me just accommodate it. It doesn't really mean I'm changing his person, and it doesn't mean that he's changing my person. But we've been able to find a middle ground, sort of, sometimes. And when he doesn't do it, I'm not all over social media and, carrying placard and shouting and saying all of that. No, love is an action word, however way. Some will not do public display of affection, but whenever you need them, they are there. Just a call and they are there. They mustn't know that you're going through a tough time. They are there. They anticipate your need even before you ask of it. They anticipate your need. They know that, okay, this lady possibly maybe you're working and he knows you've not been paid without you asking why has money into your account, no matter how little. Love is an action word. We make sacrifices. There's no love without sacrifice. Oh, there's no love without sacrifices. If you always do everything when it's convenient for you for that person, that's selfish love. But sometimes you will go out of your way. Sometimes you would have to be accommodating, be understanding, appreciative of that person. Love is a doing word. You are also very observant. You see, for example, on a Saturday, your wife has been in the kitchen all day trying to prepare for the week, cooking all sorts of soups. It's not a good time to come in at 5 p.m. and say, what are we eating this afternoon? No, it's a good time to come in and appreciate her, hug her from behind, give her a peck, tell her, well done, you're doing awesomely well, well done. Well, how can I help you? And if you can't, probably you're also busy with work. And I'm not saying that it's a must. This do me, I do you that we've been doing of late. Because I'm working in the kitchen, you must also work in the kitchen. Yeah, it could happen, it might not happen. It doesn't mean that you don't love each other. And then at that point, you can now say, okay, what's for dinner? Can I help out? Or something. Or don't worry, you've cooked already. Let's order something to eat. Because sometimes, most times, when you cook, when you finish cooking as a woman, most times you don't want to even touch what you've cooked. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's a good time to say, do you want us to order something? You know, whatever it is, at whatever stage your relationship, and people also feel when they say love is an action word, it's all about money, money, money. Sometimes, most times, the least is money. Let's not overrate this money thing. The least is money. Yes, money is good. I'm not doubting it. Please, money is very good and it's very essential. It can fast forward and help, make some things happen quicker and faster and easier. I don't doubt it. But you don't base your totality of your love on money. Because some men believe once I provided the money, how can she say she's not loved? No, sometimes all I need is your attention. Sometimes all I need is for you to take a stroll with me. Sometimes all I need for you is just sit down there and listen to me rant about the same thing the third or fourth time. And it's okay. It's okay. So it's important that we come to this realization, that we come to this understanding, and we understand what love is. You can work with love languages, but sometimes, even when you look at that love languages, every one of us needs a bit of every one of this love language. Is it affection? Is it touch? Is it word of affirmation? Is it service? Come on, guys. Who doesn't need a bit of all of this? So by the time you streamline yourself and said, oh, uh, love language is this one. So what happens? You don't want to be served, or you don't want to be touched, or you don't want a public display of affection, or you don't want to be affirmed. So love is an action word, is a verb. You love not just by what you say, but what you do. How you do it, it matters. How you do what you say, it matters. When you say I love you, there has to be an action word. There has to be an action backing that word. There has to be an action. There has to be and I've told you, please, it's beyond buying the flowers, as good as that is. Sometimes it's just you being very observant when she's talking, to pick the details and do things out of the blues. It doesn't have to be wedding anniversary before you appreciate your wife or your husband. It doesn't have to be his birthday before you decide to get him something. Why? Why? And I know a lot of us do that. Some people do that. I want to believe so. You go out into the store, you buy. I remember, but I'm not going to mention her name. The other time we all went to Dubai, for my pre-birthday, and we were in a store, and one of us, I won't mention her name, practically everything she bought in that store was just for her husband. We're even teasing her like, Madam, how far now? It's like you just came to this Dubai store for your husband. And she's like, oh, I know he needs this. Oh, I know he needs this. Oh, he needs that. I think he needs this. And I believe that it is being reciprocated as well. Another thing I want to say lastly about love being an action word is also understanding the balance. Understanding also that because I choose to love you this way does not mean you have to love me back the same way. No, allow people to express their love the way they come. But ultimately, as we both grow together, we understand each other, we make compromises, we make sacrifices, we adapt, we change just to accommodate each other. Then you can say your love is an action word. Show love. Mean the things that you say. Don't say the things you don't mean. Mean the things that you say. And this world will be a better place. And of course, showing love is not just about romantic relationships, friendship, sisters, daughters, sons, however way it is. Let us put action to our love. When we say, I love you, let's genuinely mean it from the depth of our heart. Yeah, that is it for today. Thank you for joining me on Conversations with Pimo. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 p.m., and we're going to have a great time as we continue on this love and marriage series. I trust that you have been blessed. God bless you. Have a beautiful evening.